But dirtdraft.com or download the Dirt Draft app onto your phone today. Make sure you use the promo code USAC if you're just joining Dirt Draft for the first time, as that will get you a free Dirt Draft USAC t-shirt that's very awesome. It's Mitchell Moles, quickest one out on the racetrack, a 13.475. Justin Grant, second quick, 13.652. Logan Seavey, Jake Swanson, Jaden Rogers, your top 5 in group number 1.
So they will quiet down, and I believe the back gate's going to open. They'll make the right-hand turn on the back straightaway and head back to their trailers. Get set for racing action coming up. No qualifying here tonight. No Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. We've, again, as we've talked about, lining everything up based on the points here throughout the course of this championship Sunday night.
Yeah, so 3 qualifier races set to take place. We'll bring out group number 2, going to roll out onto the racetrack. The number 7 car out of Little Rock, Iowa. FRC Race Bodies, Rebar Lounge, Bruns Garage, number 7 of Clinton Bruns should be joining us. So take a look down there on the front row. 47 BC, what a weekend he has had, setting a new track record up here. Clausen Marshall Newman Racing, driven to save lives, ZMAX Race Products. That's the Franklin Flash out of Franklin, Indiana. Emerson Axum in the 47 BC.
You can see C.J. Leary set to fire the engines. And the Kodiak Products, Gray Auto, Highsmith Guns, DMI, car number 77M. C.J. out of Greenfield, Indiana.
And also making a change today, went to the Chevy power plant, so that unfortunately hurt the Ford there yesterday. So they pulled the Ford power out, got the Chevy power underneath the hood here today. Alex Benalis, South Lafayette, Indiana, Fox Paving, Kane Automotive, number 5 X car gets pushed off. He'll be out here in group number 2.
Also pushing off the Suburban Subaru, Dragonfly Aviation, Berks Western Telecom, number 12 out of Rockland, California. It's the Madman, Robert Blue, picked up the win here on the opening night.
And Eddie Tafoya Jr. out of Chino Hills, California. Specialty Fasteners, Gasper Transportation, DRC number 51T coming out. Rolled out the first night, posted his best finish with the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Cars. The second night, he bested that. So looking for even more improvement tonight for the Chino Hills, California racer. Dominator, Zach Dom. 5D car should be out here in this group. Pocahontas, Illinois racer, 5D Speed Shop, Strange Engineering, Schaefer's Oil, all sponsors on the 5D. As I look around the racetrack. So you see him back there in the corner. Again, rocking 360 cubic inches underneath the hood. Brought the sprint car up. He knew he was going to be running the midget. Brought that up and do the best he can with what he has out here, as he heard he's 410 motor, but is getting a new 410 motor and hopes to join us for Indiana Sprint Week, which is going to be awesome because it's been about 6 years since he has been out on Indiana Sprint Week. So hopefully Dom and the 5D car will be a fixture over those 8 races in 9 days.
Going to take a couple laps here, continue to work down the top side of the Speedway. Boy, Chet, what a racetrack we had last night. Up there scraping the concrete all the way through the corners, all the way around, just enough of a cushion to use to get some speed or to get you in trouble, depending on how you were utilizing it, getting through those corners.
And we saw that. We saw a lot of bike action taking place last night as well, but a very different racetrack. Last night we had night number 1. Tonight, we're going to see what we get. It could be a combination of the two. But either way, it's going to be great racing out here, as we've had great racing on both the racetracks have been provided thus far here for this second annual USAC Nationals at Huset Speedway. As group number 2 comes up to speed. What will be quickest in the hot laps for that Dirt Draft Hot Laps bonus? Well, you got to be quicker than a 13.475.
So Mitchell Moles has that time. We'll see what group number 2 is able to do here, as Moles, Grant, Seavey, the fast 3 from the previous practice session. Start to see times come in. C.J. Leary up to the 2nd spot. Robert Blue to the top of the charts, 13.453.
Yeah, Blue always showing speed out here and loves this racetrack. Runs well at this racetrack. We've seen that over the course of the last 2 years. So white flag comes out on this session, and so far it looks like Blue's going to be the one to beat in group number 2, and maybe overall with that 13.453. Wasn't able to improve on it the last lap around, but did go, well, there you go. Zach Dom, holy smokes, goes a 13.420 in the 5D car. Wow, didn't anticipate that happening.
It doesn't hold on to the top time, though. Robert Blue back to the top of the charts, 13.371. But Dom, wow, a lot of speed there. Emerson Axum just shot up to the 2nd spot, but a lot of speed there if they do indeed still have that 360 under the hood.
Well, they do, because they don't have a 410 with them. So Robert Blue, though, gets the top spot, a 13.371. Emerson Axum, a 47 BC, goes 2nd quick, a 13.416. Zach Dom, 3rd quick. Eddie Tafoya Jr., C.J. Leary. One thing is helping him track a little slick. He can't get all that horsepower down. He is down about, well, call it 100, 150 horsepower to the 410s, plus some weight. That's an iron block, iron head 360 underneath there, but it is a stout 360. Having said that, as we get set to go into group number 3, Sitting down here waiting to push off. 33M car right in the middle of things, highly visible in that yellow 33M. That's Pleasant Hill, Ohio's Matt Westfall in the Buckeye Machine Hempy Water All-Star Performance. He has been fast up here at Huset Speedway.
Yeah, very, very fast. Next to him, too, I bought it for Ryan Burnell, last night's A-Main winner, the Hollister, California driver, the Matt Wood Racing Outgrow Ford, NOS Energy Drink, FK Rod Ends, car number 17W, set to fire up here for practice session number 3.
And just to the outside, Maddox Heating and Cooling, RB Powder Coating number 28, Brandon Maddox out of Terre Haute, Indiana, DRC Chassis, J&D Chevrolet. Getting set to push out here with the new Receiver earbuds, I would assume.
That's a very good bet. That was one of the most interesting stories of the weekend so far. That second group of cars down there ready to push off includes Alex Schriever, the Hartford, South Dakota driver, the Teresa Davis Racing, Jeff Davis Enterprises, Bergman Signs, car number 0.
And then one that I think about in my dirt draft, and that's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma Racer, Cressman Sanitation, Fatheads Eyewear, Drive, WFX.com, Telstar number 69. And I think about him because he's a wily veteran, and the veterans, in my opinion, tend to get faster as the weekend goes on. They figure things out about the racetrack. They go back in there and make changes, and that's one that he has got a lot of laps around a lot of different racetracks, but he's been slowly getting himself towards the front, and tonight might be the night for the number 69. As it looks like we got someone down the drain field. Drake, what do you got for us?
Well, it's funny you guys talk about the little earbud issue with Brandon Maddox last night. I asked him about it today, and he said, well, it's quite a funny story. They couldn't find tweezers in his trailer at all. Actually, Brittany Johnson, who's Robert Ballew's girlfriend, went over there and tweezed the little piece of earbud that was still stuck in Brandon's ear. Actually took her 2 tries to get it, and then Brandon said they just checked it on the ground, and I asked him, like, well, do you have a spot where it might be? So, as you can imagine, for about the next 20 minutes, we scoured the ground looking for that little piece, and he found it, and I think that's going to be something Brandon Maddox cherishes for a while. Just a weird and wacky story from last night.
He's going to put it in a museum, apparently, or the Hall of Fame. Xavier Durney coming out, the Odessa, Missouri racer, and the Design Source Flooring, Motor Haven, Mohawk, number 74. Had a misadventure on night number 1, was much faster on night number 2 with a very bent race car. If you get a chance to slide back into the pit area, or if you did slide back into the pit area and took a look at that from the back, a little bit of a boomerang shape to it, but it's a boomerang shape that works very well here at Huset's.
Team Mez out on the racetrack, Thomas Meserol from San Jose, California, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Glenn Stires Racing, car number 2, also ready for this final practice session, and also see the 97 of Cam Schaefer making his way around the racetrack.
We'll throw this out there, too. I was talking about Team Mez earlier on this week. That's a Twister Claxton Chevrolet underneath the hood, but the Twister chassis, and I said the old Twister chassis. You don't see a lot of Twisters out there, and I learned that's a brand new, that's a 2022 Twister chassis that he's actually running, that number 2 car in the Yaley Petty Racing team out of Phoenix, Arizona. But keep an eye on him. Team Mez also getting quicker as the weekend goes on. It's just one of those racers that you never know when he's going to pop up front and pick up a big win, and he's done her here before.
See, here we thought Cactus Jack just pulled the car out of the museum or something.
And that was not the case.
No.
Yeah.
Brady Bacon to the top of the charts. 12,939, a 13,146 for Matt Westfall, and Team Mez in the 3rd spot at a 13,156. Track getting quicker.
Yeah, continue to push them around the racetrack. We'll have the midget cars coming out here next, the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. Don't forget to slide by the NOS tent down there. Grab yourself a complimentary NOS beverage as they are here again today, set up right across from the USAC Merchandise and Apparel Trailer, which now has bucket hats. My favorite type of hat, bucket hats. They have USAC bucket hats down there, but they are limited in number, so if you want one, you better go get it, says Brady Bacon. Quickest in the Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 12.846. Matt Westfall second quick. Team Mez, Thomas Meserol, Brandon Maddox, and Xavier Durney rounding out the top 5.
So the back gate will open once again. Your Amsoil National Sprint cars will make it back to their trailers, and you can already start to see the NOS Energy Drink Midgets staging up out back, ready to make their way trackside for their practice here on a championship Sunday night for the USAC Nationals. A little different weather here today than we've had all weekend as well, Chet. A lot more humidity in the air and warmer as well. Of course, that's always one of the storylines and something that crew members are chasing to make sure everything is tuned up perfectly on these race cars.
Yeah, and it's definitely something they have to be aware of. And then the shadows coming in onto the racetrack. They talked about it last night. Emerson Axum touched on that point that turn number 1 and 2 tends to be just a little bit more moist than turn number 3 and 4 as it resides in the shadows this time of day, whereas 3 and 4 kind of bakes in the sun. But, yeah, something that they have to definitely be aware of. We'll take a moment here while we have a moment of silence out there, and Well, hang on a second. Austin has something to say down the infield.
Yeah, I like that conversation about track prep, you guys, because I actually had an opportunity to take a long conversation with Greg Baker, who is kind of the resident track prep expert in this area. You know, him and Taylor Queering do such a good job here, and with Dave Nutt's help, such a great job at Jackson Motorplex as well. And they talked about some of those things you were talking about, but what they talked about the most was dew point and humidity. So, you know, you might think, yeah, track's going to dry out tonight, the hot sun, the wind, all those types of things, but dew point and humidity makes me think that the bottom groove might be here all night long, you guys.
Well, there you go. That's a very valid point. Thank you so much for that, Austin. But, yeah, getting set to go here with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. And take a moment here while you can hear us before cars fire up. And we want to give our condolences to the family and friends of racer Terry Babb, who passed away last night. Terry competed across all 3 USAC national divisions, as well as pretty much every other open wheel sanction in the United States. And Terry was one of those racers that achieved that rare status where when you're an announcer, I mean, you no longer talked about his wins and his achievements. You just simply introduced him as Terry Babb, and that name alone was all the credentials that had to be presented. He was a fierce competitor. He was respected by racers and fans alike, both on and off the track. And it speaks volumes that he passed away while leading yet another feature event last night. The motorsports world is going to mourn his loss for a long time to come. And tonight we'd just like to say Godspeed, Mr. Babb. So with that set to go, group number 1 coming out here for the hot lap session. 0T car is going to come out here and push off, I believe, in this first group. Racer coming out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Jeff Davis Enterprises, 0T of Alex Schriever. Jade Avedissian sitting down on the inside, the number 84 car. Clovis, California racer, CMT Sheesh, pristineauction.com, which I had to question, what is Sheesh?
Great question.
And that is actually a clothing company. Yeah, it's clothing and apparel.
Very cool.
Yeah, now we know.
See Justin Grant set to come onto the racetrack. The Ione, California driver, NOS Energy Drink, EnviroFab, Response Management Services, car number 2J, ready to go for this first practice session.
And just inside him, Cade Lewis out of Bakersfield, California, Toyota TRD IWX number 71M. Moved out of Micros last year, ran with PowerEye, and joins us with the USAC National Series here this year.
Also in this practice session, Buddy Kofoid, the Pengrove, California driver, Mobile One Toyota TRD on the side of the 67 machine. 2 for 2 so far this week, and has 3 overall wins on the year here at Huset Speedway, getting one with the wing here a couple of weeks ago. Buddy Kofoid finding this Brandon, South Dakota racetrack much to his liking.
Oh, very much so, and definitely one looking to triple up here tonight. Taylor Reimer rolls out the Buzzballs Toyota TRD number 25K, the racer out of Bixby, Oklahoma. Her mom and dad out here with us. Her dad raced everything from jet skis to drag cars, so a racing family. She herself, multiple national championships in competitive cheer, but also a very, very good race car driver. So good to have Taylor Reimer up here with us this weekend.
Also see on the racetrack the High Plains Building Division, car number 97 for Keith Coombs, Curb Agajanian Motorsports. That's Brennan Crouch out of Lubbock, Texas, making his way around the racetrack, getting set for this flight of practice.
And then the final one coming out here in group number 1 out of Springfield, Illinois, the Rockwell Security, MPV Express, McDermott Plumbing number 40 at Chase McDermott. Mount Stout Motorsports, both he and Jacob Denny are sporting the 88 on the side of the race car in memory of Terry Babb. Both of them competed against Terry, and so it's just nice to see them putting that on there, just thinking of Terry and his family this evening.
Cars making their way around the racetrack, a few extra circuits here prior to the first practice session. You got a couple more cars that'll have to cross in after this one. Some of the drivers that were are double competitors here tonight, doubled up, need to get back through. But right now, we're ready for that green flag to come out. We'll watch the lap times here. Practice session number 1 for the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midgets, ready to go on Championship Sunday here at the USAC Nationals at Huset Speedway. Cars coming up to speed. We start to hear that very unique sound from these engines here in the midgets.
Yeah, the old 4 cylinders of Fury getting buzzing around here. We'll see what kind of lap times they turn in for us. So watching Jade Avedissian, the number 84 car coming around there. Clovis, California racer, Spike Speedway Toyota underneath the hood. had some pretty good runs up here. Made the debut with the USAC National Series last year. Was not quite racing the entire season with us out here in the CB Industries number 84, but fast nonetheless as Chase McDermott makes his way down into the corner of the number 40 car.
Yeah, just made his way to the top of the speed chart, a 13.139 for the driver of the number 40 machine. Just went in front of Brenham Crouch and Buddy Kofoid in the top 3. Check flag starts to wave on this practice session. Boom, got it. Brenham Crouch just went to the top. The number 97 at a 13.138 for the fastest lap.
And Brenham Crouch showing some serious speed up here, and that's a driver. It's taken him a little bit while to develop, but was able to talk with him. He made his debut with us down at Ocala just, I think it might have been a couple years ago, but now is starting to come into his own, showing a lot of speed. You see him running up front. 97 is going to be one to keep an eye on tonight. Chase McDermott, the number 40, Mount Stoutride, goes second quick in his first group. Buddy Kofoid, Jade Avedissian, and Taylor Reimer, your top 5.
Something you've talked about all week long here, Chet, is just how closely matched these USAC NOS Energy Drink midgets are in their lap times. Yeah, 8 cars on the racetrack right there, quarter of a second separating all of the cars in their speed out there, making their way around the just shy of 0.3 of a mile oval here, known as Huset Speedway.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and it's a testament not only to the cars and the crews back there, but also the drivers as well, as we bring out our second group. Kaylee Bryson, Muskogee, Oklahoma racer, down on the inside. Yahoo Toyota TRD number 71 will be pushing off, coming out here, marking her 4th year behind the wheel of a midget with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series.
Also set to come on to the racetrack, the purplewave.com, car number 01, Bryant Wiedemann out of Colby, Kansas, ready for practice session number 2.
Looking back into row number 2. Chance Crum, the Snohomish, Washington racer. The Hager Realty Services, Race Redeem Foundation, number 26, will push off.
Also see Mitchell Moles making his way onto the racetrack. The pristineauction.com, KNC Drywall NOS Energy Drink. Car number 89, Mitchell out of Raisin City, California.
Ethan Mitchell, the 19M car out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Innovative Technology Manufacturing, Mark IV, number 19M. Talked to Ethan down the pits earlier today. I said, how you feeling? He said, hot. Just very hot. Blake Brandon right behind him, 40B car out of Morgan Hill, California. Lucas Oil Products, Brandon Corporation. The Western Speed Racing number 40B had struggled last night. Just has been just fighting handling issues, fighting the race car, and just fighting in general whenever he gets out here on the racing surface. So looking to turn that around here tonight. And again, a very, very developed pavement racer. So kind of transitioned onto dirt with the BCRA midgets out in California and coming back to dirt here again this year. And just it's not as easy as you would anticipate.
Yeah. Jody Rosenboom on the racetrack. The Frontier Bank, Rosie's Raceland, Sure-Built Suspension Factory Kane, car number 14X. Jody out of Rock Rapids, Iowa. Also saw Alex Schriever's going to jump into this session. The Hartford, South Dakota driver, the Jeff Davis Enterprises 0T out on the racetrack.
Kenna McIntosh coming out here. 08 car out of Bixby, Oklahoma. Crescent Gear Wrench, drive WFX.com. Your second highest in point standings rolling into tonight. So looking good for him as a chase for the championships. He chases basically Buddy Kofoid, the number 67 cars. That's your top 2 in points rolling into tonight for the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. Bring him around. Want to be quickest in the dirt draft hot laps. Got to be quicker than Brenham Crouch at 13.138. 13.138. 97 car, the one to beat. These hot laps, your only look that you get at them, so make sure you get your dirt draft lineup set now, because if you wait too long, it's going to be locked out, and then you're not going to be able to get in, and then you're in trouble. You'll be out of the season championship, for crying out loud. Not going to win the big trophy, not going to get the bonus points at the end of the year.
I think that's so cool that there's a big trophy on the line.
It's awesome, too. So set them around here, see what they got. Brian Wiedemann puts one in. Mitchell Moles instantly goes to the top of the field with number 89 car with a 13.072. Maria Kofer, the 57. And just coming out in that backup car. Again, destroyed that race car 2 nights ago. Raced the backup car last night. Tweaked on it back in the pit area earlier on today. And I'm sure she's feeling a little bit better after a tumble on night number 1. But a 13.136. She's second quick for now with the number 57 car.
Just saw Cannon McIntosh just put a top 5 lap in at a 13.154 in the 08 machine. Mitchell Moles just went quicker. Bettered himself. 13.024 now the quickest lap here in practice.
Kind of how it all went last night for him as well. He just kept going faster and faster and faster. And then unfortunately too fast, at least in the sprint car, down into the corner there. So Mitchell Moles, 13.024. Kana McIntosh, second quick. Maria Kofer, Brenham Crouch, and Chase McDermott. Now your top 5 as they score out as we go into our third and final hot lap session here for the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. 17W car kind of parked right there in the middle of row number 1. That's Shane Golubic out of Fremont, California. NOS Energy Drink, Elk Grove Ford, Royal Truck Body. And he said, I'm going to have to sit up a little straighter in the seat tonight if we're going to make this happen. And I think he will do just that.
As other drivers crossing out, kind of there in the middle of the second row there, the 21H Brady Bacon out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Fatheads Eyewear, FK Indy, Champion Oil, A&B Cafe for TKH Motorsports this weekend. Bacon out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Schulter touch on the fact there, sitting on the outside of row number 1. We have one of our 19 cars. We're going to have 2 19 cars tonight. We have the 19 AZ of Hayden Reinbold and the 19, which is going to be Logan Seavey. So Logan Seavey making a move over to the 19 car here tonight. And the Sutter, California racer will be in the AME Electrical Mesilla Valley Transportation number 19, and he will be joined by his teammate Hayden Reinbold in the AME Electrical Mesilla Valley Transportation 19 AZ.
Also this practice session, can't miss this car out there on the racetrack. The driver out of San Jose, California, that's Thomas Meserol in the EnviroFab Response Management Services Angler Machine, car number 7X. Team has set to push off here for practice session number 3.
First one getting a nudge out there is going to be Trey Gropp, the Lincoln, Nebraska racer. DriveWFX.com, Mobile 1, number 08X. DriveWFX.com, if you're not familiar, that's Western Flyer Express. Huge trucking company, big supporters of racing, and they are always looking for drivers, and I understand an awesome company to work for. So DriveWFX.com if you have your CDL and you're looking for a job, or even if you don't, they have a driver training program, so you might want to check that out.
Also see Jace Park heading onto the racetrack from Overland Park, Kansas. PristineAuction.com, KNC Drywall, car number 87, making its way through turn number 3.
And your final one in this group should be Jacob Durney, Galloway, Ohio racer, into Mount Stout Motorsports, Rockwell Security, MPV Express, Smith Titanium, number 61. And again, sporting that 88 on the side of the 61 car here tonight. Love the colors on that race car, too. I like that teal collar he's got going on there. So Logan Seavey's got the CV on the top of his, that makes it easy. He also has the white tail tank. That'll help us out a little bit.
It's the little details.
It is. Any port in a storm or something like that. So Seavey coming back over the number 19 car. It actually raced with the Reinbold Underwood team a couple of years ago before he made the switch, and now comes back into the 19 car here on this final night, on this championship night. To answer the question, everybody's probably asking themselves, the points stay with the driver. So the points are with the driver, so he brings his points with him as he moves into a new race car here tonight.
So caution flag ready to go to its holder. The green will come out here. Final practice session for the 2022 running of the USAC Nationals here at Huset Speedway, about to commence. Justin Clark on the flag stand starts to wind them up. The USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midgets coming up to full song here for their final run at some practice laps. Everyone aiming for a 13.024 or better to top Mitchell Moles here in practice.
Got their work cut out for him. Logan Seavey goes 6 quick instantly, a 13.168. And there's Shane Golubic, goes right to the top. Former track record holder here, 13.013 for Golubic in the number 20 or 17W. 21H goes to the top spot. Now Brady Bacon looking to be fast both in the sprint car and the midget out here tonight.
Jacob Durney up to the 4th spot, the 61 with a 13.104. What was that you were saying about Brady Bacon and those drivers that have been around for a while?
Yep.
Getting faster and faster as the week goes on.
Every time they touch the track, they like this style racing where you have these points accumulated over the nights there. But 12.975 for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. 21H going to be your quickest one out here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Shane Golubic, second quick, the 17W car, and 89 of Mitchell Moles, third quick. Then Jacob Durney, Logan Seavey, your top 5. And again, we'll talk about the closeness of the times. You can go all the way down to 24 out of 26 cars within less than half a second. So I believe that'll do it for our Dirt Draft Hot Laps out here tonight. We'll have our qualifiers coming up next. Sprint cars will be the first ones coming out onto the racetrack, followed by the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. And again, the AMSOIL Inside the Oval promotion. If you'd like to go inside the oval tonight, you can sign up for the AMSOIL Inside the Oval down at the USAC Merchandise and Apparel Trailer. If your name's chosen, you'll receive a prize pack plus a ride to the infield, which will transport you and one guest to watch tonight's feature event from a unique vantage point. So sign up. We'll be pulling the winner of that one, I believe, after our qualifiers for the sprint cars. So you have a very short period of time to get down there, but grab yourself a complimentary NOS beverage while you're on your way. NOS Energy Drink, the title sponsor, USAC Midget National Championship. You're a machine with 800 horses coursing through your veins. Fuel up, fire up, never look back. Live fast, drink NOS with Complex 6 for high-performance energy and enhanced mental focus. Visit drinknos.com for a retailer near you and follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. Also, looking ahead to schedule, moving on to Tuesday night, we'll have Tuesday Night Thunder with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series down at Red Dirt Raceway in Meeker, Oklahoma, about 10 hours south of here. So you can join us out at Red Dirt Raceway. If you're not able to make it, you can watch live on FloRacing. And then on Wednesday night, it's the Chad McDaniel Memorial at Solomon Valley Raceway in Beloit, Kansas. So we'll cruise back a little further north to pick up the Chad McDaniel Memorial. We'll have a day off, and then Friday and Saturday, the 15th and 16th, it'll be at Jefferson County Speedway for the Midwest Midget Championship that pays $10,000 to win on that final night for the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. But that's coming up this next week. We'd love to see you out the racetrack and the Jefferson County Speedway. I know the fair is going on. You can come out and join us at the fair down there, but if you're not able to make it, all those races broadcast live on FloRacing. On the 21st, it's off to the Rich Vogler Classic. Silver Crown Racing at Winchester Speedway. The high speeds, over 140-mile-per-hour straightaway speeds at Winchester Speedway for the Rich Vogler Classic. You want to be out there and join us at that. And then Indiana Sprint Week kicks off at Gas City I-69 Speedway on the 22nd of this month, and then heads to Kokomo Speedway, Lawrenceburg Speedway, Circle City Raceway. We'll be off the 26th. That'll give the teams a break and allow them to work on the race car and get things ready to go for the final 4 nights, which will kick off with the Don Smith Classic on the 27th at Terre Haute Action Track, then off to Lincoln Park Speedway, Bloomington Speedway, and then Tri-State Speedway down in Hobstadt will finish off Indiana Sprint Week. But that's all in the month of July yet to come. And then the BC 39 happens in August. That is August 3rd and 4th in Indiana.